Hello, everybody, and welcome to the FBS Analysis and Education channel. Today, as we prepare for the CPI core release, we're going to be taking a look at what the markets are looking like at the moment, and at the same time, what you can expect from the release as the release comes out in about 15 minutes. Also, we're going to be talking about a couple of other pairs that you can look at or that you can consider trading during the course of the week. All right, and my name is Adetola Freeman, and I am really excited to be here with you guys today. We're going to be talking about the dollar in a few minutes, but first of all, it's pretty clear that the world all around is currently in a state of recession. There's a lot of inflation going on all around the world, and I think over the past couple of weeks, the dollar has been one of the most headstrong commodities or currency pairs over the past couple of weeks, especially this month. All right, we've seen a whole lot of bullish impulse or strength in the dollar, as you can see from the US dollar chart over here. All right, we've seen the US dollar go all the way from the dollar index go all the way from 104 to 114, all right, in recent times. And currently we are at around 112, all right, 112.780. Okay, and what this means is that looking at this from the daily time frame, we can see that there's been a steady uptrend that has begun since as far back as August, all right, which has continued in spite of the recession. Now, today we're going to be looking at what this is going to imply, all right, especially with regards to the CPI release, which simply tells us what the inflationary figure, all right, the consumer price index, all right, which tells us the inflationary statistics in the U.S. economy over the month, all right, month over month. So I want to say once again a big welcome to everybody wherever you're watching from. All right, it's a pleasure to have you here. My name is Adetola Freeman, and this is a stream as we prepare for the core CPI. All right, so analysts have forecasted that CPI release for this month is going to be a lot better than the previous month. All right, because we saw a forecast of 0.2% compared to 0.1%. Okay, so while we prepare for the core release, okay, it's important to note that if we get a figure that is released that is above 0.2%, all right, that simply implies that we'll get a stronger dollar, all right, and a stronger dollar would mean that all other majors that are traded against the dollar should be bearish. Okay, and like I always say, or like I always love to say, all right, whatever the fundamental release is going to look like, we should be able to get a hint from a good technical analysis approach. And what do I mean by that? Currently, we can see that, for example, BTC USD is currently resting on a strong support zone, all right, which means that there's a possibility that we see some reversal from here, okay, and Bitcoin begins to increase, possibly. But this would only be confirmed if the inflation figure or the CPI figure comes out better than expected. Also, if you look at gold over here, all right, we can see that gold is currently consolidating within this area, all right, within this range. All right, within this range. While we're also seeing the possibility of price coming into this moving average confluence over here, all right, before dropping lower. All right, so in the event that the CPI release comes out stronger, all right, this is going to be part of my own, this is going to be a trade idea that would be worth looking into. All right, remember we talked about the fact that the previous month, the CPI figure was 0.1%, all right, and currently analysts are forecasting 0.2%, which is telling us it's better than expected, or it was better than the previous month. So if the figures released today indicate a better figure than the 0.2%, we're simply going to be looking at a stronger dollar. And if the reverse was the case and we get a figure that is below the 0.2%, it will simply mean that we're getting a weaker dollar. All right, so the reason why we're looking at all of this statistical figures or all of this technical analysis is because it is going to give us an impression of what to expect from the fundamental release as it comes out in a few minutes. All right, so before we get the release, all right, if there's a commodity that you would like to quickly take a look at, all right, or that you would like a trade idea regarding that commodity, you can simply drop it in the chat box, all right. And the first 10 commodities that are dropped in the chat box, provided that, that's part of the first 10 that I get to see, we're going to review those 10 commodities and look at what trade ideas you should be looking at. All right, so what commodities or what assets would you like us to analyze during the course of this stream? Kindly drop it below. All right, Omar Abu Snahine. All right, I can see that GBP USD, Euro USD. We're seeing gold, we're seeing US 100. Beautiful. So we're going to look at all of these commodities, at least the first 5 or 10, before we go on today. So having said that, let's look at what other figures we're getting from other commodities. I think we can see USD JPY. I think we can see USD JPY, and currently you can see that USD JPY is already giving some kind of retracement movement. All right, it's already given some kind of retracement movement. However, we're going to need to confirm this when price comes out of this consolidation zone. All right, we need to confirm that. So like I said, if the figure comes out better than expected, all right, we can expect a stronger dollar, which means that it's going to likely bring prices a bit lower to take out some liquidity, and then we can get some increased momentum towards the towards the top. All right, some increased bullish momentum. At the same time, if you also look at that should be Euro USD, all right, Euro USD on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that currently, for those who prefer to trade smart money concepts or who trade smart money concepts, you already can see that this is an area of supply, all right. And considering the fact that we are expecting a stronger dollar, it simply makes sense to anticipate that price would come into this zone, all right, into this level, and we could see Euro USD decline a little bit further, all right. But this is subject to the fact that the release that comes out gives us figures that are better than expected. All right, so I think we can see GBP USD, NZD USD, Euro USD, gold, and there's USD JPY and US 30. All right, so the release is going to be in 6 minutes. All right, but before the release comes out, we're just looking at some of the commodities that you can begin to anticipate. All right, that you can start to expect some movements from as the market, as the CPI figures come out in a few minutes. All right, so as you can see, I think this is AUD USD. All right, let's take a look at AUD USD. We'll go to the daily time frame. All right, I'll just see what AUD USD is currently doing. Someone also requested NZD USD. All right, NZD USD. We're going to switch into that quickly as well. So this is NZD USD. We're going to go to the daily time frame, NZD USD. And as you can see, NZD USD is in this steady downtrend. All right, we've had a steady downtrend since several days or weeks or months, in fact. All right, you can see it started since August. All right, this downtrend started since August. Okay, so currently we can start to expect to see some reactions from NZD USD. So let's go back to USD CHF. All right, I think there's something interesting on USD CHF that we should also consider. All right, we're going to be seeing the news release in 5 minutes. Right, it's going to be coming out in 5 minutes, and this is a preparation for what to expect from this. All right, what to expect from this. Thank you very much, Omar. All right, so I think I have my tab here locked on to the release. So if you have any if you have any market review calendar that you work with, you may want to start steering in that direction, all right, as we expect the news release in 4 minutes, all right, 4 minutes. Okay, so we've talked about the fact that there is a huge possibility that we get a stronger dollar, all right. There's a huge possibility that we get a stronger dollar. This is Euro USD. This is USD CHF at the moment, and as we can see, if we get a stronger dollar, if we do succeed and get a stronger dollar, it will mean that prices come all the way higher, all right, to give us at least quite an all-time high, or quite a a new high, all right. We're going to most likely create a new high on USD CHF if the figures come out positive for the dollar. All right, so this is NZD USD, and as you can see, it's also approaching a supply zone over here. All right, coupled with the confluence of the 200 moving average. All right, so for NZD USD, according to the request that I got, all right, this is my anticipation. All right, however, we're going to need to see how the figures come out. All right, because the figures are going to determine to a large extent whether or not the market decides to play along the lines of what we're seeing currently. Okay, so AUD USD, we're also seeing the very strong downtrend. On the 1 hour time frame, we can see that if we plot a Fibonacci over this, all right, we can see that price is currently approaching the 61.8 level. We've also seen price ranging in within this zone. Okay, we see price ranging within that zone, which means that if the release comes out in favor of the dollar, all right, we can anticipate maybe a short spike, maybe not as long as what I have projected, all right, but at least we could possibly get a tiny bullish reaction, all right. Then after the bullish reaction, we could see price slide all the way lower to maybe somewhere around here, the 0.62545. All right, but these are just tentative figures, all right, pending the time that we get the release and we can confirm whether or not truly this comes out in favor of the dollar. All right, so let's see how this goes. Like I said, those who have commodities that they would like us to take a look at, you can drop that in the comment section, all right, and then we'll look into that as the market moves on today. All right, so we'll look into all of that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. We have a few more minutes, about 1 minute. All right, please hold on. For those who are requesting for gold, all right, I can see that a large majority wants to know what to do with gold today as a result of the CPI release. All right, so let us hold on and see how this plays out in the next couple of minutes. All right, we're expecting the release in a few minutes. I think this is a good supply zone to consider. All right, that's a good supply zone to consider. So price could simply go into that zone. Okay, beautiful. I think we have the release already. So let's confirm what that release looks like. Yeah. So like I said, if it comes out looking better for the dollar, all right, it means that, okay, beautiful, beautiful. Like I anticipated, the release is better than expected, all right, which means that you can see we've quickly broken out of this zone right here. All right, we've quickly broken out of this zone right here. Okay, yes, it's way better than expected. We can see 0.4%, all right, compared to 0.2% that was forecasted. And for the CPI year on year, we are seeing 8.2% compared to the 8.1% that was in the forecast. All right, and as you can see, this is US dollar index on the 1 hour time frame. You can see that we're currently going higher. All right, so according to our initial bias, all right, according to our initial analysis, we can see that this is gold dropping already. all right, and I think that this drop must have happened from this supply zone over here, all right, which is quite interesting. What this means is that for those of you who may not be in on the gold sell yet, all right, it means that GBP USD, Euro USD, we're looking for sells, all right, US 30, we're looking for sell, US 30, NAS 100, we're looking at sales because the dollar is stronger right now, all right. So for gold, I think we may see we want to see a breakout of this this zone first, all right, and then a retest that possibly gives you confirmations to keep going lower. So you can look at this from whatever lower time frame you want to do that on, the 5 minutes, 15 minutes, just to clarify the breakout, all right, and then wait for price to come back into this zone. Okay, yeah, so before we talk about what else to expect or other commodities to look at, all right, I think NZD USD, as I said, all right, yes, you can see that that is bearish, all right. USD CHF, as I said, is bullish. We've created a new high, all right. Euro USD bearish, all right, as you can see. GBP USD, as you can see, let's go to the 1 hour time frame. GBP USD also bearish, all right, reacting from this area of supply, all right, reacting from this area of supply after taking out all of this liquidity here. So tentative figures on gold, I would say that for gold, like I said, you want to see the retracement first. That gives a confirmation for you know, for a retest, all right. And once we get that retest clearly, it will be easier to take that sell, all right. So we want to see if price is able to make it back to this area, which is the 167.3, all right. If price is able to make it that far before the close of the 15 minutes candle or the 1 hour time candle, all right, if the 15 minutes candle closes within this this zone, all right, this consolidation zone, we could simply expect prices to let's mark this with the Fibonacci quickly. Okay, so we could expect prices to get to maybe the 61.8 of this entire move, all right, and then from that point it will be easy to conclude the retracement, and then we can take the trade all the way down to maybe this level, all right. So the 61.8 currently is about 1670, all right, 1670 on gold, all right. So when price gets to 1670, we can anticipate that drop to somewhere around to somewhere around 1643 or 1644. Okay, and if you look at this, we see that we also have a confluence of the trend line, all right. We have a trend line confluence over here. So let's just see how this ends. If this 15 minutes candle ends up closing outside this zone, all right, outside the consolidation zone, it would simply mean that we could get a retracement just to the base of this box, all right, just to the base of this retracement level, all right, and that would give us the continued sell, all right. Looking at this on the daily time frame, it means that we can naturally anticipate that price is coming possibly all the way down to 1625 on gold, all right, 1625 on the daily time frame. However, short-term targets are 1644, 1643, thereabouts. Okay, so let's look at Euro USD as requested as well. You can see that we've broken below this previous low. All right, we've just broken below this previous low, which means that we can begin to anticipate a possible retest, all right, of this breakout level that will take us all the way lower to perhaps somewhere around 0.95, all right, 0.955. Okay, somewhere around 0.955. So we could get a retest of this level around the 0.96, yeah, 0.966, all right, and then from there we could see prices take us all the way lower to 0.955. All right. So Akambi Musedi, yeah, that's a good one. I can see that you made some profit on gold. All right. So as you can see, I think that this has been pretty much what price has done so far. Okay. So let's look at a few other commodities. NZD USD. The downtrend is continuing as anticipated. All right, as anticipated on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that. So what does this mean? It means that for those of you who peradventure were unable to get in on the trade immediately the release was made, all right, you might want to anticipate, continuation entries from either the Fibonacci levels or the previous areas of breakout, all right, the previous low that price broke out of, which would be somewhere around here on NZD USD. Right, it will be somewhere around here. USD JPY, you can see we're still very, very strongly bullish. All right, and price is going higher. All right, we've broken out of that channel. Price is going higher. So this is telling you that BTC USD is supposed to be bearish. All right, which means that for those of you who would love to trade, cryptocurrencies, we're anticipating bearish movements on commodities like BTC USD and ETH USD. All right, as you can see, BTC USD has broken into the 18,000 level. All right, and targets, I think the short-term target would be somewhere around, somewhere around 17,000. All right, 18,000, 17,000 are the short-term targets that we can begin to anticipate from now. All right, those are the targets that we can begin to anticipate from now. Okay. So for those of you who are looking to get in on this trade, please remember that regardless of how certain or how confident you might be about your analysis, it is still important to consider proper risk management. All right. So please do not hesitate or do not forget to apply proper risk management to whatever trade setups that you'll be considering today. So for USD CHF, we might be looking at taking buy entries from this support level over here. All right, from this support level over here. So if we get a retracement to this point, then we can anticipate or we can get in on that buy all the way to maybe perhaps somewhere around 1.08, 1.008. Okay, that is on the daily time frame. Euro USD, as you can see, price is trying to give us that retracement like I talked about. So we'll wait to see how the 15 minutes candle closes, and then based on the way the 15 minutes candle closes, we can begin to anticipate what next. All right. So quickly before we wrap up, I'm going to be showing us one simple strategy that helps you to be able to maximize statistical releases like this or fundamental releases like this. All right. If you go to the FBS analysis channel, all right, the analytic tab on the website, all right, you're going to see that we've given you quite some content regarding trading news releases, all right, to prepare you for volatile releases like this, all right, that could have given you some easy 112 pips on Euro USD, all right, some really easy 112 pips. So visit the FBS website, it's fbs.com. Go through the analytic articles that we have dropped for your good. All right, this analysis, this setups or this articles are going to help prepare you for success wherever, whatever commodity you choose to trade. All right, especially during moments of volatility like this. All right, so I think Omar, you'd like me to look at CHF JPY. All right, we're going to look at CHF JPY right about now. All right, but let's see. USD CHF is bullish. All right. USD JPY is also bullish, which means that CHF JPY may not necessarily give us some solid movements as expected. All right, like expected. But nonetheless, we're still going to get something really interesting from CHF JPY right now. All right. Yes, as you can see, this is CHF JPY. We've gotten this drop into this demand order block, all right, which means that from here you can also see that there's a confluence of moving averages. You can see that this is also, we also have the confluence of the 76.4 Fibonacci level, all right, which means that from here, we can anticipate prices coming all the way to, all the way to 147.9, all right, 147.9, all right, but our short-term target would be around 146.9, all right. First target 146.9, and then secondary target would be 147.9, all right, in the event that you are looking to trade that, all right, because we can also see that this is a supply zone right over here, all right. This is a supply zone right over here. Okay, so how does this sound? Does this sound good? What other commodity would you like us to take a look at? I think CAD CHF, yes. CAD CHF is also an interesting one. We've gotten this break of structure, that bullish break of structure. I think, yes, we're seeing this demand zone, all right. So which means that if we get some solid rejection on the lower time frame, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, we can naturally just anticipate or expect prices on CAD CHF to shoot higher, all right, which would mean that CAD JPY should give us an even more interesting movement, all right. This is CAD JPY. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame and look at that. Okay, beautiful. CAD JPY, we're currently around this zone, all right, which is a demand zone. So from either here or this particular point, all right, we could begin to see some bullish impulse on CAD JPY, all right, that takes us all the way. Let's quickly confirm that with the Fibonacci. All right, so we can see that from the 76.4, we can expect that prices give us a bullish movement. All right, short-term target is around, short-term target is 106, all right, 106.2, all right, and the long-term target would be somewhere around, long-term target will be somewhere around 106.8, all right, on CAD JPY. So for those of you who are requesting for US 30, all right, like I said, US 30 is going to be bearish. US 100 as well is going to be bearish, all right. So these two commodities are going to be bearish. So these are figures and levels and zones that you want to look at, or that you want to consider as the, as the market begins to unfold. Okay. So like I said, for you guys, all right, like I talked about, when it comes to trading news releases like this, all right, fundamental releases like this, this is gold on the 4 hour time frame. This is just another confirmation that I like to use, all right. You can see that on the 4 hours, gold is currently around this area of demand, all right. Gold is currently around this area of demand. Okay, so we can begin to expect that probably we get that retracement that I talked about, all right, that retracement maybe to somewhere around here. All right, we'll get the retracement to 1670, all right, and then from there we can continue bearish. All right, we can hope to continue bearish, maybe all the way to 1623, all right, 1623 level. All right, 1623. So let's see how this level holds up. All right, if it holds up and we get some bullish retracement from this zone, all right, we could simply expect prices to get here and then give us that much anticipated drop. All right, so what other commodities would you like us to take a look at? Okay, so let's see how this works. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, GBP USD, I think we've looked at GBP USD already. All right, we've looked at GBP USD already. One other interesting commodity that we might want to look at is Euro GBP. All right, Euro GBP, we might want to take a look at that and see how this plays out over the next couple of hours. All right, so like I said, this is Euro GBP on the daily time frame. Here we see that we are also approaching this area of support, all right, this demand zone, okay, and that is also, if we check the Fibonacci on the 4 hours time frame, all right, if we check the Fibonacci on the 4 hours time frame, I think that also aligns with the 76.4 level, all right, which simply means that Euro GBP, we should see some bullish reaction from here, all right, possibly to somewhere around the 0.892, 0.893, all right. Our preferred entry zones would be somewhere inside this box, all right. So whatever confirmation you use personally for getting into trades, all right, you can use it to squeeze an entry somewhere around the 0.85954 level, all right, and then short-term target 0.87354, all right. Second short-term target will be 0.88327, all right, and the final target will be 0.893, all right, 0.893. So these are levels that you want to watch out for over the course of the week, all right. So let's see. Gold is dropping. Yes, that's true, but at the same time, we are not. It's not safe to get in on the trade right about now, and the reason why is because imagine that this is a moving train. All right, this is a moving train, perhaps a bullet train, and then you're trying to up into the up into the train while in motion. All right, chances are that you're going to hurt yourself a whole lot in the process. All right, chances are that you're going to hurt yourself a lot in the process. So what you do instead is that you wait for the train, all right, at a train station and allow the train come to you. All right, so that's the same thing you want to do when it comes to trading market volatilities like this. Okay, hold on. I want you to see the retracement has not yet clearly taken place already. All right, as you can see, we've not gotten a clear retracement yet. All right, so first of all, you want to wait to see a clear retracement, which is like what I was saying about the train coming into the train station first. All right, so you only come on board, all right, when the train is at rest. All right, so volatile markets are very similar to that kind of scenario with the bullet train. All right, you want to ensure that you avoid upping into the trade while it is hot. All right, you know, it will be as though you're trying to eat really hot, maybe a very hot and spicy plate of meal, which would definitely not mean, it wouldn't be the best, because you're most likely going to get your tongue burnt, all right, and you would not be able to even enjoy the taste, all right, or the savor of that meal. So the best thing to do would be to wait and relax, let the market come to you, all right, and once the market comes to you, it becomes easier for you to opt into that particular trade. All right, so right about now, I'm just going to take 2 questions. All right, if you have questions that you would like to ask about, trading setups, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, I'm just going to take 2 questions. All right, so the first 2 questions to come in the chat box would be addressed right about now. So Omar, I want to believe that you understood what I just explained about the moving train. All right, I want to believe that you understood what I just said about that, and I want to believe that you're also going to be adopting that as as part of your trading arsenal, so that you don't get into trades prematurely. All right, beautiful. So anyone with questions, all right, 2 questions in the chat box or in the comment section, and I'm going to address those 2 questions right about now. All right, regardless whatever topic that is going to be like. All right, so what is the impact of this inflation report on Euro USD? What this means is that the dollar is going to get stronger, all right, and it is as though, say for example, you were supposed to fight an opponent, all right, say they paired you against Mike Tyson, all right, for a boxing match, okay, and you are already prepared for the match and you felt confident about winning that boxing match, all right, only for you to suddenly discover that Mike Tyson has also prepared even much more for that same boxing match, and his punch strength has also increased. All right, the weight of his punches have also increased. What does that simply mean? It means that your chances of winning that fight just drastically reduced. All right, so imagine Euro USD trying to be in a contest, and right now we just got a data release that tells us that the dollar just got stronger. All right in the midst of the match. What does that tell us? It tells us that the chances of the euro overpowering the dollar has just become much slimmer. All right, and that is why we're seeing all the drops that we're seeing in the major pairs against the dollar. All right, because the dollar has just increased in strength. All right, so Arnold, you asked if it is okay to set pending orders before the news. All right, now the answer to that, the short answer to that is this. Setting pending orders before the news could get you into a trade that does not benefit you. What do I mean by that? When you set pending orders in very volatile situations like this, most likely you'll be trying to use very wide stop losses to accommodate for the volatility. All right, and at the end of that, scenario, what that means is that you'll be exposing a larger percentage of your account to that risk. All right, you'll be risking a larger percentage of your account. And what ends up happening as a result of that is that in the event of spikes like this, all right, you would probably be taken out, all right, at your stop loss before the market begins to move in your direction. All right, so it's not really advisable to set pending orders. Instead, what you can do if you're going to be setting pending orders, all right, is to set stop limit orders. What do I mean by that? Recall that during the time or during the moment when the release came out, we talked about the fact that the dollar was supposed to get stronger, which meant that gold was supposed to sell. All right, what you could simply have done, all right, would have been to come over here and set a stop limit, all right, a sell stop limit, which meant that as soon as gold dropped up to this level, you would have been activated into a sell position. All right, is that clear? All right, do we have any other questions coming in? All right, I think I see Andy Rafa. All right, you're asking, okay, are you asking or saying it's important to set the pending orders before the news? All right, Godwin, okay, Godwin, your question is that sometimes the press release does not cause a breakout in price. Is that your question? I believe that's your question. If that's your question, I would say that usually high impact news releases, all right, usually high impact fundamental factors will most likely cause a breakout. Most likely. All right, will most likely cause a breakout in the previous trend situation. Exactly, that's what I talked about. All right, instead of setting limit orders, all right, you set stop limit orders based on whatever direction you believe that price is going to go. All right. Is that clear now? All right, so for Godwin, I think most times whenever there's a high probability, a high impact news release, all right, it usually causes price to break out of previous levels such that it sets a kind of new trend, all right, or the continuation of a previous trend. Okay, so this is gold on the 1 minute time frame. We can see that price is trying to come higher to give us that retracement that we've been talking so much about. All right, that retracement that we've been talking about so much, which means that when price gets to somewhere around the 1657 level, all right, provided that price gets that high, we can simply take a sell and ride that trend all the way downward. All right, all the way downward. Any other questions? Any other questions? I think I want to take one last question before we wrap up for today. One last question from anybody, please. And please note that if you would like to get more trade ideas from time to time, updates on releases like this, all right, you can simply join the Telegram channel, all right. Our Telegram channel provides you access to, all of this trade ideas during the day, during the week, all right, intraday trading setups that you can apply your own trading career to, your own trading criteria to, all right, in order to be able to find very beautiful trade entries. Okay, so let's look at all right, you are asking if gold will reach 1690. All right, I think at this point I very much doubt that. All right, I very much doubt that gold would reach all the way up to 1690, at least not right now. All right, not right now. Okay, that was why I came to the 1 minute time frame to see what the price movement is looking like. You can see that there is absolutely no bullish momentum. All right, the bullish momentum is very weak. All right, so that tells you that even if price is going to go bullish for a while, all right, it wouldn't go so far, all right, so far as to reach all the way to 1690. All right, so please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel so that whenever we come up with new contents like this and trade ideas from time to time, you can be the first person to be notified and to join us on live sessions like this, where you can get answers to your questions, you can get trade ideas, and at the same time you can also get to you can also get to know some of our analysts and get to meet with them real time. All right, so we're going to end the stream for today here. All right, like I said, watch out for retracements on all of these commodities that we've talked about: NZD, USD, USD JPY, USD CHF, GBP USD, Euro USD, USD CAD, US 30, US 100, all right, GBP, Euro GBP, yes, CAD CHF, CAD JPY. You want to look for retracements on all of this so that you can be able to get into trades on them. All right, remember we talked about entering for a buy from inside this zone on CAD CHF. You can see that that seems to be playing out already. This is CAD JPY at the same time. On the 1 hour time frame, you can see 76.4 Fibonacci level. And we have already, this would have been a sniper entry about 30 pips, all right, 30 pips in profit. So these are some of the things that you will be benefiting from joining our live streams. You get to learn new strategies, new approaches to the market, and all together just rub minds with professionals and expert analysts. All right, so till when next we come your way with another amazing live stream like this, stay tuned to the Telegram channel. Get some more juicy setups and trade ideas for the rest of the week. Until then, keep being profitable, keep enjoying your trades, and don't forget risk management is king. All right? So take good care of yourself and have a lovely rest of the day and evening wherever you may be. Bye-bye.